Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. It's been a while since I've been able to do any videos, been extraordinarily busy, a lot going on, but I figured I would go ahead and get this jumped off right started for you. Alright, we need to take a look at some things here because there's been a lot of talk in the media regarding the MF Global situation. You've heard me talk about it on the Wide Awake Radio with Charlie McGrath. I've addressed it on Green Wave Radio as well with Chris Green. And I want to do a video to kind of put the issue in a new light, because a lot of things that have been discussed have not really been addressing the issues. Also, I wanted to do a video to also let people know that you can do some due diligence. You don't have to be a victim, and you don't have to be afraid of the dark. Okay, we do live in a dark world, but it does not mean that because bad things happen from now time and time again that you have to be a victim or be afraid to go outside of your house, be afraid to conduct business and do the things that you need to do on a daily basis. You don't want to ever give in to panic and fear, and especially false flags of any kind. I want to just shed some light on the MF Global situation, some things that you probably don't know, probably unaware of. Let me just start off by saying that anyone who has worked on Wall Street in any capacity, and when I say worked on Wall Street, doesn't necessarily mean that you were physically located on Wall Street. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of firms located all over the planet, and not all of them are located physically on Wall Street. So not all people from Wall Street are physically on Wall Street. With that said, you can do your due diligence with any broker-dealer before you open an account, or even long after you've opened, to just, from time to time, look in to see if everything is on the up and up. Most of these companies are actually traded as public companies on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. So you can pull up a firm and you can do research and you can find a lot of things you need to know about them. You can get their 10K reports, all types of stuff. And usually if it's a publicly traded company, that the street is going to be extremely intelligent with the facts regarding that entity. Now, with that said, of course, nothing is 100%. As I will demonstrate in this video, books can be cooked. All types of fraud and things of that nature can take place. But at the end of the day, you need to be able to call a conspiracy a conspiracy. When we look at the word conspiracy, it usually has negative connotations if you mention it in the mainstream media. They want to paint you as a nut, a fruitcake, a tinfoil hat wearing individual. Conspiracies abound all over the place since the beginning of time, and they need to be called out when they exist, and people need to be held accountable, and they need to explain their actions. The purpose of this video is to shed light on that and show you how you can do your due diligence as well and find out the things you need to find out about your broker-dealer that you may be dealing with. So let's jump into it. Anybody who trades Forex or trades the futures markets, commodity futures, financial futures, options on futures, you can go to the NFA's website and you can type in the name of the firm and or individual and find out everything you need to know about those individuals. Now, the situation with MF Global is very, very, very difficult because it really gives the industry a black eye. For the past 50 years plus, no one has ever been out of money that was due to them in the financial futures markets. Okay, it just never happened. They had all types of safeguards in place so that if something ever happened, if a broker went bankrupt, the clearing firms and the exchanges, they move in and they do what they have to do, and they take care of the situation. So if it was a situation, you really wouldn't hear about it because it's a non-issue. The thing that troubles us with the whole MF Global situation is that it looks like this individual is given a get out of jail free card. If you or I had done the things that he is being accused of doing, speaking of Mr. Corzine, we would already be under the prison. So without further ado, let's jump into this. If you go to NFA's website, you type in Mr. Corzine, and when you type his name up, it won't come up. Okay? Red flag number one. Why can't you pull up a person's name? You actually got to play around with it a little bit before you can get his name to come up. And then his name, John S. Corzine, comes up for you as bright as day. It gives you the NFA ID number. It gives you the current status. Here's MF Global. That's where he was associated with. It tells you he was an associated person, registered, NFA associate member approved, principal approved. Below that is the most important part of this because it gives you 3 sections: regulatory actions, NFA arbitration awards, and CFTC reparation cases. Okay? If someone was a bad boy or naughty in any way, it will be reflected here. As you can see, he has zeros under all 3 categories. No regulatory actions, no arbitration awards, no CFT reparations. Then here's a history. He was associated with Goldman Sachs. Okay, that was withdrawn back on May the 7th of 1999. Tells you he was with their asset management team, and that was withdrawn back in October of '92. As far as MF Global, it says that he is with them, and as of the last update here was August the 19th of 2010. So they stopped reporting as of August the 19th of 2010. There's no information for him under here for 2011. That's another red flag there, people. Basically, they're saying that they've taken no action whatsoever against Mr. Corzine. If you were to look at this page and leave it here, it's basically, if you didn't know anything about the news, what's going on, you would think to yourself, oh, he's a good boy. Maybe I will open up an account with him and do business, because he has no regulatory actions, no arbitration awards, and no CFT reparation cases. Nothing pending, open, or whatsoever. Good boy. Clean record up to August the 19th of 2010. Well, if you're like most people, you probably would have stopped here and got your checkbook out and written a check and decided you're going to open an account with Mr. Corzine because, you know, you've been under a rock. You don't know what's going on in the news. And as far as you're concerned, he's an upstanding citizen. But we don't leave things like that. We're a little bit nosier than that. So we do more due diligence. The next thing you see here is none other than MF Global. Everything you need to know about MF Global. Now, going back for a second, first red flag to let you know that something is afoul is that there's no actions here whatsoever. None whatsoever. Red flag number 1. Now you're starting to get a little fishy, thinking there's something going on. Conspiracy red flags are going off. Last action was on August of 19th of 2010, over a year ago. Something is afoot here. Click over to MF Global. Here's their NFA ID number. Just so you know, they have a lot of NFA ID numbers, but this is the main one. And you see here they're exempt foreign firm agent approved, futures commission merchant registered, commodity pool operator registered, NFA member approved, firm activity status. The firm has on exchange futures and or options customer accounts. Yes. Firm is soliciting customers. Yes. Below here's our famous little boxes, our 3 boxes: regulatory actions, NFA arbitration awards, CFT reparation cases. Now, before we dig a little bit deeper here, I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. If you're in business long enough, you're going to have some kind of actions or whatever against you. It's just the nature of the business. If you're a broker, you deal with thousands of customers over long lengths of years, decades, somebody's going to get upset with you and file a case, whether it's valid or not. They're going to file it, and if they do, it's going to show up here. All right, so that's just how it is. Some people that even come on Bloomberg, CNBC, even have YouTube channels, people, men and women that I respect highly and are very professional, may have a mark or two. All right, it's just how it is. All right, you won't know more about it until you read and find out what's going on. So why don't we do that? Let's take a look at the case information for regulatory actions. All right, here's where we say conspiracy. Not just conspiracy, but conspiracy fact. The NFA and the CFTC have a lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining to do. I don't know how long this video is going to go, how many parts, but we're going to dig deep. Here you go. At the top of the list, CFTC case number, action type, CFTC administrative action, effective date December the 17th, 2009, case outcome, $10 million fine, cease and desist order, commission order, access books, complaint filed, other, see narrative. So, as of December the 17th of 2009, something major was going down that the CFTC and the NFA were aware of. Here it is right here. See all these zeros right here? All right. You see these zeros? That's $10 million. $10 million. That's the largest fine I've ever seen in the CFTC that I've ever seen. Just putting that out there. All right. Below that is the next order of business. Okay. Under action type, first of all, it says, contributor, Chicago Board of Options Exchange. Case number, action type was financial. Effective date November the 1st of this year, 2011. Case outcome, suspended from membership permanently. Permanently. Not just for now, but permanently suspended from membership. Okay? Scroll down some more. I think you're starting to get the picture. Chicago Board of Trade, floor record keeping, January the 31st of 2008, fine $2,500. So we're having record keeping issues dating back so far to January of 2008. Again, same place, Chicago Board of Trade, floor record keeping, January 26, 2005, fine was $3,000. Again, record keeping, problems with the books. Now, CEI, I don't know who that is, but this one was for trade practice, cease and desist, fine of $15,000, August the 7th of 2009. The CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, clearing procedures, November the 3rd of 2009, fine summary, $25,000 fine. Okay, clearing procedures. And it goes on. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange, trade practices, floor record keeping, clearing procedures, floor record keeping, office record keeping, fines, and fines, thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay? The earliest one we have on here is January the 7th of 2008. There were problems dating back to January of 2008. Some of these you could argue are little things, but it goes back to the books, record keeping, from the floor to clearing procedures to trade practices to office record keeping. We have a problem with the books. There's a problem in the books. Years of fines. Finally, and you can see they were getting worse as time went on, and the fines were getting higher. Okay? Until we hit December the 17th, 2009 with a $10 million fine. $10 million fine. And what do we see here? The books. Pertaining to their books. Okay? The books. And they were given a cease and desist order.